What's up, guys? It's Jim from NEPA Pizza Review with an exciting cook-off challenge today. Nardone Bros Pizza, something I grew up on as a kid, ate it cold, ate it in the microwave. It may very well be a Northeast PA thing that we have cold pizza. There's other brands. Hazleton, Pennsylvania has a ton of it, but this is the one that I grew up on and I relate to, and I know many of you have as well. Everyone cooked it their own way. I happen to eat it cold and actually eat it in the microwave. Many of you have said that there are other ways that you've done it. I am going to test out each of these methods: cold, grilled, baked, air fried, microwaved, and in the frying pan right after this. So stick around. We'll find out what the best method to cook Nardones is. So first things first, we're going to be doing some really technical culinary processes here to cook this. So let me get ready for that venture. Okay, so now we're all set. Now, working that microwave is going to be very, very challenging, as we know. Let's unbox the Nardones. All right, we got out our trusty scissors here, and this, oh, you can really smell the garlic there. I remember that smell from way back when. This pizza actually comes in two sheets. So you have two half trays, as we might call it, right? So we have one, two. And if I remember correctly, the crust is kind of perforated. Yep, it's perforated underneath. So you just kind of tear off your slice, do what you're going to do with it, and go from there. To do this right, we're going to have to make sure everything's official and above board. So we're going to need an old school cafeteria tray. Borrowed one from the kids. And also gonna need a palate cleanser. So one of the things that I used to drink was Crocodile Red Kool-Aid. That's back and available, so we're gonna go with that. But really the most popular drink that I had used was Nestle Quick chocolate milk. I used to use the tin can. Remember, you used to dig your fingernails underneath the metal and then kind of cut your cuticles. So we're gonna unbox again, right? And then, now watch carefully, because again, this is a very advanced culinary technique. We're going to lift it out of the box. Well, we'll set it on the tray just for effect here, right? And of course, the next step would be to eat it. It's as I remember it, right? It's cold, it's spongy, it's American cheese. Has some garlic powder to it. Tastes like childhood. Now, I'm not going to say it's the greatest pizza I've ever eaten in my life, but it takes me back. Cheers. The cold pizza, especially if you don't live in Northeast PA, isn't going to knock your socks off. So let's start out with giving this a 6.2. Just as a benchmark. Now we're going to grill the pizza here, and we are running at about 450 as far as the top temperature, about around 453 here on the grate. So what we're going to do is set it on the grate. Okay, next up, we are going to grill ourselves a slice of Nardone Bros Pizza in the backyard. Here it is. Cheese melted. Now some people like it charred up a lot. I'm not of that mentality, but let's see what the bottom looks like. Nice crispy on the bottom. It almost smells like a cheeseburger since it's American cheese sort of dripping down. But let's plate it up. It's all about presentation here, folks. Here we go. Nice melt across the top. It was about 5 minutes or so to cook at about 450 degrees, and I can already feel the bottom much, much crisper. Oh yeah. Now this is a method I've never used before, but a lot of people told me to do it this way. And I can really see why. It brings out a lot more flavor, a ton, exponentially more flavor, and much more tasty. Now, in Northeast PA, we know cheese gets stuck to the roofs of our mouths. It's a way of life when you eat American cheese on pizza. I have to say, loving the crunch. Wish I knew about this method when I was a kid, but when I was a kid, this pizza was about grabbing something quick, fast, getting back outside to play. So I'm gonna go much higher on the grilled pizza here, and using my normal rating scale. Now, normally I reflect carefully and sort of think about it, but I am going to go with a 7.1 here on the grilled pizza. Next, we're going to bake the pizza, and I'm going to use a baking stone. I'm not using my good baking stone because all that cheese is going to melt off the side and make a mess in there. So we're using just a normal grocery baking stone here. Also, it preheats a lot faster. If you're using a baking stone, make sure to preheat after the oven beeps. Wait another 45 minutes to an hour. So this, for me, would not be a practical way to heat up this type of pizza because I want it fast, but we're gonna give it a try because a lot of people recommended it. Okay, here we go. Again, I like my cheese melted, not charred, so we're gonna go with this. Ow. Very hot. Seems to have a little more uniform crisp than I did on the grill there. Now you can also do a baking stone on the grill, but I mean, there's so many options here. Oh yeah. Very similar. Not as much smoky flavor as the grill had. Very tasty, good melt. And again, a lot of people like to char their American cheese. I love charred cheese, just not charred American cheese. I'm going to say that the grilled flavor was slightly better because of the smokiness, and we are going to give this a 7.0. Next up, we're going to go with the frying pan. I have a cast iron skillet which has been preheating here. Going to use a little oil, or actually this is liquid butter because a lot of people said butter is the way to go. Some people said oil, so I have whirl, which is kind of like in the middle, right? So it's a liquid butter substitute. Yeah, let's go a little bit more because people did say fried, right? You can hear that little sizzle. I'm gonna cover this up. Let me find, I don't have a lid for this, so we're gonna use this pizza pan, cover it up so we get that top heat. We're at the halfway point here, so we're transitioning over to Crocodile Red. Not as great as I remember it, but we're going ahead with the fried pizza here. And one really cool thing that happened here was the cheese sort of oozed off the edge and caramelized in the pan. Also, extremely crispy on the bottom. I really have to let these cool down a little bit. That tastes exactly like a grilled cheese. It's really delicious, actually. My favorite part is probably this caramelized cheese that is kind of fried there. I really like this method, but I think I'm going to give it a, let's go with a 6.9. On to the next one. One person told me that she used to use her toaster and flip it on the side and then sort of slide the pizza in that way and cook it. We happen to like our house and don't want to burn it down, so we're not going to pursue that avenue. We're going to use the air fryer here. I'm going to keep it at the 400 that we're talking about. We'll see how long it takes. This air fried pizza review is brought to you by Book It. This is my original Book It pin from like first grade, I think, so still got it. I have to say, from the top, I like the browning of the cheese on the air fryer. I had to pull the other ones off because the bottoms were getting done, but as I'm feeling the bottom here, and a lot of people told me it's still really not cooked, and I even put it directly on the mesh insert so that the air can hit it. So very soft, very spongy underneath, no crunch. I mean, you get the cheese flavor. You don't get much else though. So air fryer is traditionally my least favorite way to heat up any kind of pizza, reheat or otherwise. this sort of reinforces my mentality toward air fryers and reheating pizzas. Don't like them. I think it mutes the flavor. I think it cooks around the pizza. It doesn't cook up through like a traditional pizza in a pizzeria would. Kind of like using a conveyor oven type of a thing. You just don't get the same results as you would in like a brick oven or the grill, which heats from the bottom up. So this one is going to go pretty low for me. I'm going to go, where are we at? Air fryer. I'm going to go just above the cold score. I'm going to say 6.3 on the air fryer. And the last and final test is the most technical culinary tool. Very, very challenging test we're going to do here. We're going to put it in the microwave. Don't remember how long it takes, but let's start with 30 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds more. I don't know why I ate it this way as a kid. I really don't. Truly, I have no idea why I ate it this way as a kid. I mean, it's stuck to the paper. The one thing, you know, you have some exposed sauce. It's exactly as you would think it would be. Now, I used to, you know, scratch this off and eat the cheese, but we don't have time for that. Definitely taking me back. I'm just questioning my pizzahood at this point in time. I don't know how many burns I'm going to incur in this video, but hopefully this is the last. Okay, so the crust is just not good done this way. But this method of cooking reflects the sauce's flavor the most. So that's all I'm going to say about this one. We're not going to score it high. I'm going to actually say cold is better than microwaved. And we are going to put this one at an even 6. So this was quite a kitchen workout today, using every single appliance in my house to cook this Nardone Bros Pizza. Ton of fun, working up a sweat here, but the results are in. And it was pretty clear to me that the grilled pizza is the optimal way to cook Nardone Bros Pizza, very closely followed by the oven on a baking stone. So there are many variations on how to do it. People say take the cast iron pan, put it in the oven, so there's a variation. There are a ton of different ways to do it, but these are the 6 that I tried. So 6 different slices. I probably should have just done 1 bite each because I'm very full now, and also the microwave pizza. I'm a little bit embarrassed that that's how I ate it back in the day. So you won't see me doing that anymore. Nardone Bros Pizza, let me know how you eat it. Also, let me know what's your favorite cold boxed pizza. And the cool thing about this is it right now is only $5.99 for one. I just ate a half of a tray basically. And we have another half tray left.